Hello, Orange County. I'm Matt Takahashi.
And I'm Laura M. Hathaway.
And welcome to SGNOC, where we strive to give you the goodest of news from around Orange County.
Even though goodest is not an actual word.
Yet. First up, in celebration of 100 years of service to Orange County, OC Public Libraries has announced that they are doing away with all late fines. Outstanding overdue fines will be forgiven, and there will be no overdue fines going forward. The OC Public Libraries team has said, "We understand that fines are a significant barrier that prevents patrons from accessing much-needed information. By removing that barrier, we hope that more people will enjoy our libraries, borrow our materials, and more easily access programs and services." I mean, this is great news for me, since I've been too embarrassed to return a copy of 50 Shades of Grey that I've had out since 2011. I thought the book was about choosing gray paint for home decor projects. I swear. So get out there, Orange County, and support your public library. They have programs for kids, teens, adults, and seniors, and you can access books, movies, music, and more. Visit ocpl.org to learn more about your local library and what they have to offer. Laura?
Next up, we here at SGNOC don't just report on good news for people, but for all creatures. And today, we've got some great news if you are a monarch butterfly. And if you are a monarch butterfly, good job figuring out how to access the internet using only your little legs and your antennae. I'm impressed. Unofficial counts of western monarch butterflies are showing that these fluttering friends are migrating through coastal California in far greater numbers than last year when their population reached an all-time low. While official counts are currently underway thanks to volunteers up and down the California coast, spirits are high as early reports are showing that numbers will likely rebound. And you can help these beautiful creatures. The Xerces Society for Invertebrate Conservation encourages all Orange County and California residents to plant nectar species, especially flowers that bloom in the early spring and in the fall, and native plant species, particularly native milkweed, to help attract these beautiful creatures. If you want to learn more about how you can help the butterflies, you can visit the website below. Matt?
For a bit of holiday goodest news, cooking for your family Thanksgiving meal is stressful enough, but imagine cooking over 200 family meals. Well, that's what Elizabeth Frazier and her family did this Thanksgiving. With the support of Mike Anderson, owner of the Anaheim-based Veteran Air, the Fraziers turned over 60 pounds of turkey breasts, 50 pounds of potatoes, dozens of cans of green beans and mushroom soup, and other grocery items into mashed potatoes, green bean casseroles, turkey, creamed corn, pie, stuffing, rolls, and a little bottle of sparkling cider. Elizabeth said she and her family wanted to do something for those in the community that felt unseen during the holidays. The recipients of these meals didn't have to be struggling financially and could come by if they just wanted to see a friendly face. She also said she wants it to become a family tradition, so maybe we'll check in with the Fraziers next year and see if they are able to keep the tradition alive. Are you a little tired of the regular holiday offerings? Are you looking for something different than your nutcrackers, your Christmas carols? Are you like me, terrified of jingle bells? No, not again! Are they gone? Well then, Striking 12 is the show for you. And we have the inside scoop courtesy of Bruce Goodrich and some of the folks who helped Striking 12 at the Chance Theater come to life.
Hello, my name is Bruce Goodrich, and I'm a longtime board member and resident artist at the Chance. Today, for this entirely by chance encounter, we are delighted to have 3 members of the highly talented 5-member company of the upcoming Striking 12, the holiday musical which starts performances on the Cripe stage November 26th. Alan Everman, who plays the central role of the man who's had enough and also plays keyboard. Jacklyn Uweh, who plays the SAD light seller. I will give no spoilers on that. And the little matchstick girl, and Laura Leo Kelly playing Space Invading Girl, Grandma, Erica, Craig, and also, and crucially, plays the drums. This production, which typifies Chance Theater's intimate storytelling mission, uses a 5-person cast ensemble option rather than as few as the original 3 or up to 10 or more. When you encountered it, what were your thoughts about it?
So I've worked with Carrie before, and I love working with Carrie. So when Carrie was like, "Hey, you should audition for this," I was like, "Yes, wherever you are, I will be. I will, and I will follow you." So I just trust Carrie immensely. So even though I wasn't familiar with the show, I was like, "Well, I know if I'm working with Carrie, it's going to be a good time. So count me in." And as we've been going through rehearsals and everything, I feel like every night we all kind of discover something new about the show. And as we get further in the process, it's becoming more and more fun and like, I don't know, just more collaborative. So I'm still having a good time, and Carrie's great.
I have definitely found I did not expect the music to be as hard as it is. So I think as we kind of dove into music rehearsals, we all realized together that it was a lot more technically challenging than we thought originally. So that has been a journey on its own.
There have been a number of productions of noted musicals, John Doyle's version of Company being one of them, which had the actors, the ensemble, play the music while telling the story. Striking 12 was created specifically to utilize this component. So are there any fun or challenges in not only playing multiple roles, but also in playing the music, accompanying yourselves, making sound effects, all the rest of that? In other words, how has that creative process been?
In past shows, I've played instruments that I could move with. And this is the first show I've ever done where I am stuck in one spot. So there are many moments in the show where I have 4 counts to run out and then 4 counts to run back. And it's been an interesting and very high energy experience.
Being able to play an instrument and act and sing is becoming more and more something that is wanted and needed in theater. And I'm fortunate that I'm a musician, and I'm fortunate to be among other actors that are able to do the same thing. I think the most challenging aspect of it is we have to do a lot of switches to make things interesting and keep movement in the show. And one time Jackie's going to walk over to Laura and she's going to take over drums, and Laura's going to come out and do some dialogue, and then I'm going to walk over in the middle of a phrase that, you know, Lex is playing, don't, I'm in, don't. And we do that kind of stuff. And the biggest challenge, I think, is making it seem seamless and not forced, that we're all doing these things, that it's still part of the storytelling somehow, that we're not doing tricks, that somehow all of this is coming together to still further the story. And that's tricky. And again, that really comes back to Lex and Carrie and their vision and how they're going to make it look seamless. We can do the tricks, you know, if you ask us, we'll try, but their vision and what ultimately goes to selling the story, because that's really what all of it is about, is the story getting across to the audience. Are they being moved? Are they sucked into this? We don't want this to be gimmicks about just playing instruments. So
what, perhaps in your estimation, and the approach being taken to how this style is portrayed?
I get reminded that this is a show that these 3 friends really created together that highlights them at their best. So like some of the way the music is written, it's like, well, you wrote it that way because you can play it that way. Or like, this is like something that your friend is able to do. This is the key this is written in, because like that's where they're going to shine. So I think that is so much the foundation of it. It's that this band came together and they were just like, let's create a show in a way that's fun for us. Like if you listen, we've listened to the cast album a bunch of times. They're just having fun with each other, you know, on stage. And so
the definition of a chance encounter is a fortuitous accident. So we end all our interviews with this question: what unexpected experience have each of you had thus far during the process of striking 12, which has had a lasting impact upon you? Keeping in mind, as I asked this time, that you may have more experience. You're going to have more experiences as you reach opening. But what unexpected experience at this point?
I haven't done like live theater in a while, so just I came in and like I said before, like just very in my head about like how am I going to do this whole process, and then just kind of realizing that we're all in the same boat and like looking outside of myself for a minute and just no, we're all like doing this again for the first time in a really long time. So I don't know if it's necessarily like a chance encounter, but just kind of really, I don't know, just taking in my cast members, taking everybody that's a part of this production, and really just remembering that we all just like love theater, and just going back to that, and that we're just gonna put on a good show together.
Making music with instrumentalists, and someone said tonight, was it Jackie? I think Jackie said, she sits back in awe, and I am too.
No.
And I'm very comfortable with playing piano, but when I am making music with a cello, and whether there's a shaker there or there's drums there, like sorry, I'm getting a little emotional right now.
Oh, that's okay.
Making music is beautiful. I'm in awe of the talent of this cast. They're not just actors and singers, but they can do things, deliver lines while they're playing shaker or while they're playing drums. It's very when we're playing music, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous. And
I'm not sure any of us expected to find the community in this like odd pairing of 5 people. Because I think for a lot of us, we usually know everyone in the industry, but I didn't know anyone in this cast personally before the show. And we all kind of knew Carrie, and we know how Carrie creates a safe space, and that fosters that environment to have those conversations and find that chemistry with each other. And I think that has been something that maybe we all kind of knew would happen because of Carrie, but definitely a little nugget of surprise.
And with that, thank all of you so very much for this delightful interview. I mean, I cannot tell you how much I'm looking forward to seeing this show, which I know is going to be terrific. So thank you again from me and the entire team at The Chance for this wonderful encounter.
If you will be visiting family this holiday season, you might come in contact with some young people. Luckily, youth correspondent James Tran is here to teach us all how to communicate with the TikTok generation in our next segment.
'Tis the season for seeing your loved ones during the holidays and seeing them post TikToks that you may never understand. But that's why I'm here. So here's what the kids are saying these days. Our first phrase is down bad. It's a word that's used to describe someone who is strongly infatuated with someone else. It's basically another way of saying you have a crush on someone. Here are some examples. Have you seen Squid Game? Of course, I am so down bad for Sae-byeok. Who isn't? Although they have their fair share of differences, Laura and Matt are truly down bad for each other. Our next term is mood. This term is used to express how one relates to the current situation or feeling. It's often used as an interjection. Finals are killing me. I literally cannot stay awake without my cup of fills. Mood. That guy just dropped his entire plate of spaghetti in the quad. What a mood. Finally, we have stan. This noun or verb denotes an obsessive fan or supporter of a person or lifestyle. So many people have been snatching up the McDonald's BTS meals that most of the real K-pop stans are left with nothing. It can also be used to show your love and support for your friends. Did you see that Alan got that new internship this summer? We stan. That's it for today, and now you have the tools to ask your niece if she can tag you in her Instagram story. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go pick up my sister from LAX. I'll see you in 10 years.
Do you need a little extra guidance navigating the sometimes delicate politics of holiday family gatherings? In other words, are you a human person? Well, look no further than our resident advice giver in our next segment, Dear Darryl.
Dear Darryl, I got a little tipsy after drinking too many pumpkin spice hard seltzers at Thanksgiving and made a fool out of myself in front of my family. I'm worried they'll remember my antics when I go back for Christmas. What should I do? Embarrassed Elaine.
Dear Embarrassed Elaine, if you want to avoid any embarrassment at your next family gathering, wearing a paper bag over your head will do wonders.
And now for what's going on at the Chance.
Playing through December 19th on the Cripe stage is the non-traditional holiday rock musical about an overworked and under-inspired guy on New Year's Eve and an incandescent salesgirl who knocks on his apartment door and threatens to chase away his winter doldrums for good. Guaranteed to ignite the holiday spirit with an electrifying rockin' performance that cannot be matched.
A Charlie Brown Christmas. Backed by popular demand is the Chance's overwhelmingly popular live version of the classic TV holiday special. Bring the entire family to see all your favorite Peanuts characters brought to life in this inspiring and heartfelt story of Charlie Brown discovering the true meaning of the holidays. Plus, you'll get to meet the cast after every performance.
Subscriptions and memberships are now on sale for our 24th anniversary season, featuring 2 boundary-breaking musicals and 2 OC premieres of acclaimed plays by celebrated playwrights. For thrilling, intimate theater, don't risk it. Chance it.
Kicking off our 2022 season will be the Pulitzer and Tony Award-winning musical that takes you into the minds and hearts of a suburban family as they grapple with mental illness and grief. Get your tickets starting December 20th for the show that the New York Times calls a brave, breathtaking musical that is more than a feel-good musical, it is a feel-everything musical. And most importantly, we want to hear from you, OC. Send us your goodest news.
Stop trying to make goodest happen! Come on!
I stand by what I said. Send us your goodest news, stories, pictures, videos. Send them our way. Email us at goodnews@chancetheater.com and help us highlight local heroes and moments of joy. For SGNOC, that was Laura M. Hathaway.
I mean, come on, goodest. It just sounds so stupid.
And I'm Matt Takahashi. Until next time, stay citrus, Orange County.
Putting an EST on the end of something does not make it a word. Come on!
Why do you hate the word goodest?
Because it's not actually a word. Like,
But-
it's so dumb.
There are a lot of dumber words in the dictionary than goodest.
Like what?
Oh, I came prepared. Spanghew. This is real. To throw violently into the air, especially to throw a frog into the air from the end of a stick. You cannot tell me that is any better than goodest.
Okay, but like at least, like just adding EST to the end of something does not a word make, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, apparently putting spang and hue together, a word makes, so I think goodest is fine. Let's keep moving. Crow keeper. This one seems self-explanatory. You'd be wrong. A person employed to scare off crows. Why would you call somebody a crow keeper whose job it is to scare them off? That doesn't make any sense.
That's a dumb word.
Thank you.
But not as dumb as goodest.
Like if I saw crow keeper on LinkedIn,
LinkedIn.
yeah, I'd think, oh, I'm gonna work with crows and take care of them. Apparently not. I'd be scaring them away. Which, let's be real, they would scare me away first. This is one I don't quite understand. No cap. I don't know. I heard that one recently. A couple months ago.
It sounds like something like young people might say.
Oh, maybe that's no lie, no joke, or for real. It is used when one makes a statement that may be interpreted as hyperbolic or unrealistic. Well, it can't be youth related because they wouldn't know what hyperbolic or unrealistic means. So It has to be from an older generation.
Rude, but fair.
Another one I learned a couple of months ago. Pog.
Like the thingies that you hit, like the little circles.
I mean, I guess meaning awesome or hype, which is what I would have described Pog as.
Back when Pogs.
Like 30 years ago.
Oh.
30 years ago. 30.
Quiet. Old people need to just take this moment for
30.